Hi, Martin. This is Michael from BetterTOEFLScores.com. I'm listening to a speaking practice test that you sent me a couple of days ago, so let's get started. So, first of all, the topic that you're answering here is an independent speaking topic. So, for many, summer is a favorite season of the year, whereas others like the winter time. Which do you prefer? Include some examples and details to support your answer. Okay, I'm getting ready to listen to it. And I also have the actual rubrics here so I can accurately score it. Okay, let's get started. Here we go. So let's listen to the whole thing one time, and then I'm going to give you some feedback when I'm done.
Of all the seasons, I personally like summer best because the weather allows us to do many different activities. First of all, it is easy to do outdoor activities like swimming, surfing, and various ball sports. For example, last summer I enjoyed spending all of my time playing with my friends, chatting, and eating ice cream and watermelon in the pool. This helps us forget all our worries immediately. In second part, summer brings us a longer vacation and extended day hours. They give me a sense of security and allow me to spend more time outside. It also provides a great opportunity to travel too. In my case, I sometimes use this time to return to China to visit my relatives. With its hard warm weather, outdoor activities, and long vacation, summer is the season I enjoy the most.
All right, so let's take a look at it. So I'm looking at the rubrics. Four, I don't think so. Three, probably not. I'm going to say you're a high two. So I think you have awkward intonation and choppy rhythm. I think that's going to be a problem right there. You want to work on that. I think you have some limited range and control of your grammar and vocabulary. And I think with topic development, you do bring up ideas. You can probably elaborate, maybe focus a little bit better and elaborate on maybe one or two specific ideas and then develop them. That might help with that. Okay, so let's take a look at my feedback now. Okay, I have some notes here. So I'm thinking you're around 18 points out of 30. Here's my feedback. Thank you for submitting your TOEFL speaking practice response. You've made some good progress, especially with having a good, clear thesis at the beginning. I'm going to now give you some feedback in delivery, language use, and topic development. So, number one, let's talk about delivery. I'm going to give you a 6 out of 10 on this. Your speech sounds choppy and robotic. You really got to work on this. This is mostly due to not linking words naturally within thought groups. I think also you want to vary your tone. I didn't put this in the notes, but this is connected to it, Martin, is when you get to the end of a non-final thought group in a sentence, excuse me, you'll have a short pause, tone goes up slightly, then you go to the rest of the sentence. Once you get to the end of the sentence, your tone needs to fall. Okay, here's a tip. Practice connecting function words, things like I am, on, he is, he's, and use intonation to show which words belong together. Try shadowing native speakers to improve rhythm and flow. Number two, language use. I'm going to give you 6 out of 10. You said enjoyed spend when you should say enjoyed spending. So be careful. Enjoy is followed by a gerund. It means you have to have a verb plus ing, not the base form of the verb there. So practice common verb patterns like enjoy plus I enjoy fishing, I enjoy swimming, I enjoy running, and so on. And remember, when you're using some verbs want, you can use an infinitive after those. I want to go to the store. So there's one way, Martin, you could distinguish gerunds from infinitives. Now, it doesn't work all the time, but in some cases, gerunds talk about completed actions. I liked watching that movie. And then infinitives we may use to talk about potential actions. I hope to go to the football game later today. You omitted grammatical word endings. He like instead of he likes, or visit instead of visited. So be careful about these grammatical word endings. It helps us understand the purpose of the words and how they're linked to other words within your sentences. So tip, after recording, read your transcript out loud and underline verb endings. So slow down your speech slightly so you don't drop these endings. So you had a few issues with forming complete sentence structures and you used it a little bit too much. So avoid beginning too many sentences with it is or it was. Try using varied sentence structures, such as starting with time phrases. During the summer, I blah, blah, blah. Or subordinate clauses, you might say, because the weather is warm, I like to, blah, blah, blah. So I think in one case you said to visited when it should be to visit. So after to, we need to use the base form of the verb, not the past tense. So review the infinitive versus past tense verb forms. I think that's going to be important. Topic development. I think you had a good introduction with a clear thesis, but the second topic sentence, when you get to the next reason, try to tie it back to the introduction. Instead of just saying summer allows me to play games with my friends, you might say, I also like summer because this season gives me the chance to participate with my friends and family members. Your conclusion, I think, could better tie back to the introduction. You might say something like, that's why summer is my favorite season, to bring your response full circle and remind the listener of your main idea. So your overall score is 18 points out of 30. I think it reflects a strong effort, but you do need to improve, especially fluency, grammatical accuracy, and organization. So to conclude my feedback, here are some strategies. Number one, record yourself reading model responses and try to match the rhythm and the tone. Number two, practice grammar patterns daily. Focus on verb forms and endings. Number three, use a template or outline when answering to help structure your ideas. For example, intro equals point one plus example plus point two plus example plus conclusion. Get regular feedback like you're getting now to keep identifying patterns in your speech. So you're paying for this service, $99 a month, right? So use it. Use it every day. The more feedback you get from me, the better you're going to get. And pretty soon you'll not be making the mistakes and the problems that you might have had in this response. You'll clean those up in future responses. Listen actively to native speakers. You can go to YouTube, listen to podcasts, and mimic their speaking style. So keep practicing, Martin. You're on the right path. And with more focused work on fluency and grammar, you will see your score increase quickly. So looking forward to your next response. Remember, take everything I'm saying, try to apply these things in the next practice test. All right? Thank you.